Hi, how's it going? This is Chris, 3d-Palace. Okay, this is the last update for 3d-Palace. I said on our Facebook group that something was going to be happening in 6 weeks, and that was what, 2.5 weeks ago. So, just to let you know, on the 30th of October, 3d-Palace will be 15 years old. And that's pretty old for a website. And I can't take 3d-Palace any further. I'd like to. I'd love to be honest, but everything's changed too much. It's nobody's fault, it's just the way technology goes. Communities now are on Facebook. Websites don't retain people the way they used to. And part of the fun and part of what I enjoyed about doing free tutorials through 3d-Palace, I can't really do anymore because 3d-Palace is kind of committed as a website, and as people remember it, it's kind of committed towards these kind of hard surface, heavy duty, high poly models. And there's only kind of a core component of people doing that. For a long time, I've wanted to focus more on game dev because that's kind of where I started from. And I think it's time for me to focus more on game development. And at the same time, focus on trying to help people who want to learn about this sort of thing, for which there is obviously high poly stuff. But at the same time, I can't do it through 3d-Palace. It's a wonderful site. I've had a lot of good history with it. And I can't thank the members of 3d-Palace enough for supporting the site when it first started, for staying with the site, and the ones who've stayed with us till the end as it closes down. Now, you guys on our Facebook stream, on our Facebook group, and on our Facebook chat page, okay? You don't have to, but I'd like it if you stayed with us, because we're going to transition, okay? It's not going to be 3d-Palace. Like I say, I can't really do that anymore. It's like having an old relative that shouts and smells a wee in the corner of your room, okay? It's always going to be 3d-Palace, and we can't work with it that way. The new website goes live, even though it's kind of technically live already. The new website goes live on the 30th of October, when 3d-Palace will effectively just become a holding page and a redirect. And I hope that you like what I built to replace it. This isn't going to be just me this time. I can't do this. The days of one man running a website are gone, and you need a lot of people now to make content. And I think that's another problem, that 3d-Palace was so heavily associated with me, and it shouldn't be anymore. Anyway, I'd like to thank some people. I think it's important. Obviously, I'm going to thank my family. They've been massively supportive, running 3d-Palace. Especially my wife, she's lovely. I would also like to thank the gorgeous and very attractive Pete Jacob, who was one of the people who helped me when I first started out doing 3d-Palace. I'd like to thank Jason Busby and all the guys at 3D-Buzz, who were a massive help in promoting 3d-Palace. They even ran banners for 3d-Palace back in the day. Really great bunch of guys. And I would like to thank the guys over at Stafford Uni, especially Greg and Dave. They've always been massively supportive of 3d-Palace, always encouraged the students to look at our stuff. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to talk a load of excessive crap about it, okay? And don't feel bad or sad that 3d-Palace is gone or going. Maybe it's better to let it go now. It has faded a lot over the past 5 years. If you only came to it recently, you wouldn't realise what it was like in its glory days, when we had 124,000 people using the forums, man. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed using 3d-Palace. You come to some sort of arrangement with the free tutorials and with the paid tutorials. I haven't decided what yet. But when I decide, I will let you guys know. In the meantime,